I'm coming to you live from a sunny beach in southern Taiwan's Kending. Yeah, I wish. Sadly, remote work is not really an option for me, but even for those who can do it, digital nomadism does come at a cost. Our contributor Ariel Du gives us a glimpse of some of the hard truths of this lifestyle. Take a look.
Working from anywhere has never been easier, but the realities of nomad lives aren't always what they seem.
Hi, I'm from Bangkok, Thailand.
Hi everybody, I'm Simon.
At Harry's event, digital nomads from around the world gather to escape remote work isolation while having some fun along the way.
I don't get to see a lot of people in my daily life.
In this event alone, I met 3 people in the same industry, and we've connected, and it looks like there is a very good chance of at least doing some collaboration in the future.
We met some pretty cool photographers, we met some cool web designers in this event. Everything got together in one event. So if you have an idea that you want to begin, these events are a great starting point.
With everything being through online meetings, a lot of it gets lost just through, you're only talking to a screen all the time, right? You don't have the, you don't feel as connected.
Some digital nomads and expats told us there are still things they miss about their old lives.
Actually, the work part is the thing I like least about it. I really like to have people around me in the work environment. I like working in a team and be co-located.
To me, communities has always been very important. I had my community in Switzerland, but in Taiwan I had to start from scratch.
Aside from loneliness, the line between work and rest can easily disappear when you work remotely.
I spend too much time on work, so sometimes if you don't have a clear divide among all of the things, you are more likely to experience burnout.
To watch the full version of that video feature, head over to our YouTube channel or the Taiwan Plus website. So let's talk about the reality of living and working untethered by offices and a community. We have with us today Olga Hannonen, a visiting researcher from the business school at the University of Eastern Finland, currently in Las Palmas de Gran Canaria in Spain. I'm so jealous. And KK, the president of the Taiwan Digital Nomad Association, joining us from Taipei. So Olga, I want to start with you. We know about the upsides of becoming a digital nomad, the freedom, the travel, but what would you say are the biggest downsides?
Yeah, as in the video, you mentioned that loneliness is one of the struggles for digital nomads. And this is something that also came up in many studies of digital nomads, that you are traveling alone. You come to a destination, you connect to this new community, you join WhatsApp group or Facebook group to participate in shared events and do things together. And after you spend some time in that destination, you say goodbye to your new acquaintances, new friends, you mute your notifications in this specific WhatsApp group, and you go to another destination and do exactly the same, and then again and again. So it's not easy for many to sustain this type of lifestyle, to constantly be open to meet new people, because you're quite disconnected from your family and friends back home, because you're physically away. Also, another struggle is to hold routine while you are constantly moved. It's a pressure to find your gym, to sort out your path for certain hobbies, and so on. So as also in the video, it was mentioned that you have to have clear boundaries, and that's not an easy to keep.
Well, KK, how are digital nomads who come to Taiwan adjusting to the country, especially in terms of loneliness and finding a community?
When they come to Taiwan, they don't know any friends, and besides coming to the communities events, and sometimes they will go to the co-working space, and the co-working spaces will hold some events, and they can find some digital nomads or some people related to their jobs there. So we think the co-working space and co-living space, or some cafe, like a foreigner-friendly cafe, and they can help them to dig into Taiwanese life more.
Well, As you may imagine, not everyone can afford to be a digital nomad, but even those who can don't always choose this lifestyle. In Asia, the digital nomad lifestyle doesn't seem to be taking off in the same way as it is in North America or Europe. Why is that? Well, Terry Xu, the founder of the popular Instagram account Nomad Taipei, curating a library of cafes and remote workspaces tailored specifically for digital nomads visiting Taipei, gives us his perspective. Take a listen.
亚洲人要能够长期待在非属于自己国家，其实是不是那么的，我觉得我们没有那么容易。对，就是第一个是我们的家庭观念很重，我们没办法像欧美一样，他们这么的潇洒，说走就走。我们会担心家人的健康跟安全，我们会担心亲戚朋友的健康跟关系，我们会依恋在这个舒适圈里面，没有办法像他们这么的独立自主。那再来，我觉得第二个是亚洲台湾的医疗实在是太好了，所以其实很多人待不了国外，都是因为台湾医疗实在是我们太依赖这个东西，所以可能出去一点小小感冒，就发现外面看个病开个药都要几千块，就觉得很不适应。
So, KK, I'm curious to get your take on that. Why do you think digital nomadism is less popular among Asians, and especially Taiwanese, compared to people from elsewhere in the world? And do you agree with these reasons that Terry gave us?
Yeah, I totally agree with Terry because, in Taiwan, because of our education, we always think like stay don't change is better, and we can do what we can expect. So if you do some digital nomads or you go outside, it's unpredictable. So people will afraid of them and like a health care or like their family, their friends. Yeah, and for foreign people, they are they usually to go around the world and they usually go to travel, go out of their home. So I think this difference make Taiwanese people not easy to become digital nomad.
Well, Olga, we talked about so far the digital nomadism across international borders, but there is also internal nomadism. And you've supervised research about China, and were there any interesting patterns and trends that you saw in your research?
Yeah, actually, we do know very little about Asian digital nomads, and the research that is coming up is basically about China mostly. And I did supervise a master's thesis on digital nomads in Anji, Zhejiang province. It's a popular digital nomad destination, one of the hotspots in China. And we see domestic digital nomadism in China is booming. And the reason for that is that it's not so easy for Chinese nationals to travel internationally in comparison to Western digital nomads who have visa-free entries to many, many destinations across the world. But we do have some similarities with Western digital nomads who take advantage of economic benefits between different countries. So we see in Chinese context the similar pattern, but domestically. So Chinese digital nomads who are coming from more affluent areas in China, on the eastern side of China, they go to provinces and to regions, areas that where we can rent a place for a fraction of the rent that you spend on a house, for example, in Shanghai. So that's an interesting pattern, an interesting similarity.
Well, speaking of China, I do know that you speak Mandarin. How important is being able to speak the local language and being able to integrate better into the local society for digital nomads, be it across international borders or domestically?
Interestingly enough, speaking local language doesn't really give you access to local community, because what we see also from research that coming on digital nomads in China is that they definitely speak the same language with locals at the destinations where they travel to. But due to different lifestyles, different educational backgrounds, different income levels, digital nomads, they really stick with other digital nomads, and they do not have so many things in common with local people. So basic interactions are happening actually when they purchase certain services, and that's it. So it's very similar also to the Western pattern, digital nomads pattern. So speaking local language, of course, is important, but it mainly gives you interaction when you purchase services, unfortunately, at the moment.
KK, a lot of people coming here don't speak Mandarin, but they still mostly find Taiwan very fun and a great place to be. But there is definitely still room for improvement. So going forward, how would you like to see this digital nomad ecosystem in Taiwan change and improve?
I think there are some there are several parts to improve. The first is the infrastructure. Like we need some language-friendly places, or language-friendly menu, or some stuff. We can help foreign people to understand what we are doing. This is for the infrastructure. And the second one is for the community, for the soft ability. Like people like to come because they know some friends are here. So if we only provide the infrastructure, we didn't provide something, a relation to friends, to lovers, to family. So people will not come again. They only come for playing and just at once. And I think the third one is how to be sustainable. Like if people want to come here again and again, they need more attraction for them to come. Like they can come here to work, they can come here to use some low tax, or they can earn some money here. So they can come for like a startup, or they can come for working, for permanent resident, something like this. So I think these three parts can make people to come to Taiwan longer.
Well, we're almost out of time, but Olga, I want to give you the last word and ask you about the future of digital nomads and the whole phenomenon, given how many companies are now pulling employees back and canceling remote work and canceling hybrid work and want to see people in their seats at the offices. Is that going to change digital nomadism, and is that going to have any kind of impact? Or maybe those are two completely unrelated things?
Oh, I'm not worried about the future of digital nomadism, because there will be people who want to work in the office, and there will be people who don't. And when we look at the origins of digital nomadism, one of the push factors was escaping the office cubicle. So those who don't want to work in the office, they won't be working in the office. They will find their solution to continue being remote, or even engage in digital nomadism. But at the same time, we should not over-romanticize digital nomadism and think that it's like everybody is doing that. Most of the people are still going to the office and work from the office. So we're gonna see digital nomads out there, irrespectively of the canceling of hybrid work, remote work, and calling people back to offices. There always will be people who will be engaging in this lifestyle.
And let's hope that in the future, everyone who does want to lead this kind of lifestyle will be able to without too many obstacles. Thank you very much to both my guests, Olga Hannonen, visiting researcher from the business school at the University of Eastern Finland, currently in Las Palmas de Gran Canaria in Spain, and from Taipei, KK, who is the president of the Taiwan Digital Nomad Association. Thank you both for being on the show. If you are a digital nomad, what challenges have you faced? And if you're not a nomad, what's been stopping you? Share your story in the comments. We would love to hear it. Just keep in mind that too many photos of you doing work at scenic locations will just bum out all of us here stuck at the office. If you haven't seen our discussion on how and why the nomadic lifestyle is trending around the globe, click the video next to me to watch now.